Well, as you can see behind us, this is the deals done by club so far in the Premier League. So 4 teams have made 4 signings, and right at the other end of the scale, 3 who have yet to make their move in the window, although Manchester United, one of those, very close to changing that. Dharmesh, still here. What stands out to you?
I just want to talk about Arsenal very briefly, actually, because with the signing of Gabriel Jesus, it says 4 signings. They've got Marquinhos, they've got the goalkeeper Matt Turner and Fabio Vieira. If you rewind a year, Arsenal weren't in any European competition, and yet they were the biggest spenders in European football. And this was without any European football. So they really backed Mikel Arteta. They made their stance. He is our long-term project. You fast forward a year, close to £50 million for Gabriel Jesus, £35 million Fabio Vieira. And they're going for Rafinha. Whether they can get that one over the line is questionable now, with Chelsea and Barcelona in the mix. And also Lisandro Martinez. Those 2 signings, would cost the thick end of £100 million as well. So don't be surprised if they even exceed what they spent last summer, to highlight the fact that they really are backing Mikel Arteta. And I think we can expect that number to go up in Arsenal's column. Another club that I'd like to talk about here as well, West Ham United. They've already made 3 signings, including Naif Aguerd, that they made quite early, the central defender, and also Alphonse Areola. They made that loan deal a permanent one. But we've been saying all along that David Moyes wants to make at least 6 signings. Now, I'm told that the positions they're looking for are left-back, centre-back. They want to bring a striker in as well, and there's the Jesse Lingard situation. They're still waiting for Jesse Lingard to make a final decision on what his next club is going to be. West Ham United obviously interested. Whenever you speak to David Moyes during a transfer window and you ask him the question, are you interested in Jesse Lingard? Why wouldn't we be? You remember the loan spell he had the season before last, 16 Premier League starts, 9 goals. That's why West Ham's still interested in Jesse Lingard. Fulham made their first signing today, João Palhinha, for £20 million from Sporting Lisbon, and I'm told that they will not be stopping there, and you wouldn't expect them to. Every time they've come back into the Premier League, the manager has been backed. Marco Silva will want to bring in a number of players, and I'm told that a number of deals, without naming names, are progressing very, very well. I know that they're after a goalkeeper. Earlier on in the window, they had approached Arsenal about Bernd Leno. That one seems to have gone quiet up until now. I'm still waiting to get a little bit more information on that one. But Fulham, West Ham, Arsenal have been busy. Fulham today, and I expect them to be busy throughout the coming couple of months as well.
It's interesting with Fulham, though, isn't it? Because you said that they've been backed every time. And I think a couple of times ago when they came up, when Jukanovic would have been the manager, they went really big at it and it didn't work. So it's not as easy as just saying, well, the more players we get in, the better it's going to end up.
No, but they've only made 1 signing so far as well. And by all accounts, he's a very, very good player, João Palhinha. And maybe they have learnt from what's happened before and why there's only the number 1 beside their badge just now. So maybe they're just taking their time, looking at every position in detail before they decide this is the player that we want to bring in.
Just to touch on those 3 clubs then, with nothing by their name at the moment. As we said, we expect Manchester United to change pretty imminently. Chelsea, you would say there are extenuating circumstances, i.e. the takeover eventually going through, but Leicester, nothing from Leicester yet, and a lot of talk towards the end of last season about this being a bit of a transitional summer for them. I mean,
2 definitely are going to change very soon in Chelsea and Manchester United. Chelsea, everyone talks about Chelsea and says Todd Boehly needs to make a statement. I think it's more than just that. I think he needs numbers at Stamford Bridge. Thomas Tuchel needs players, because I'm sure Thiago Silva walked into the training ground today and said, where are the rest of the central defenders gone? Andreas Christensen's just signed for Barcelona. Rudiger went to Real Madrid, of course. And there's talk about Cesar Azpilicueta maybe leaving as well. Manchester United, we all know, we explained what was happening in part 1. They will be making a number of signings. 1 is imminent, Eriksen and Tyrell Malacia. 2 are imminent, in fact. So that will happen. You're right to say that about Leicester, because all the money was on a bit of not a revolution of the squad, but an evolution at least, where you see some players leaving and some players coming in. And what are we? It's the first week of July, and yet no incomings at Leicester City. Well, you would expect that to change. You'd expect it to change very soon, but all quiet at the moment.